start on Corroded Maze, just like it was last time. Some would say this is foreshadowing, but against someone like Drought Ender, I wouldn't be so quick to say something like that, especially considering it's just basically superstition. Going into things with a superstitious mindset is, I would generally say, not the best idea. Looks like Ender's got the lead in the squad, but that's because he went to pluck the whites, which Possessed has not done yet. Possessed seems to be more focused on taking full control and maximizing the advantage of getting stuff done in his base, while Ender is ventured further beyond, kickstarting the expansion outside it. The squad counts are slowly evening out, but that's because Possessed still hasn't gone for the whites. Trying to avoid a Bulborb. Oh, not avoid. Trying to get it by dismissing. And loot 5 Pikmin, 7 Pikmin, 8 Pikmin to the Infinite Void below, and another 2. Oh no, that's even more gone! Possessed is suffering catastrophic losses at the hands of that Bulborb, reducing his squad in the field, attacking it to 1. This is very bad. But he takes it down, finally. Ender's now at full squad. It's 50 against 12. Possessed should really pluck those whites now. I would say this would be very difficult to come back from, but you never know. We've seen people come back from odds like this several times in the Onion Cup too. Seems Ender's trying to use the whites and sacrifice them to the orange Bulborb. Bit of an unorthodox strategy from my perspective, but if you really don't want to risk a fight, sometimes it's the better option. And Possessed has his revenge. Ender loses 20 Pikmin to the Rock Storm. Meanwhile, Possessed plucks some more whites. Ender is going further afield, getting that cherry and those marbles. Meanwhile, Possessed has now to deal with an orange Bulborb of his own. Or not. Dodges out of the way to avoid it. Now, Ender is bringing back more cherries. He's got a Bomb Rock. He's using to... What's he going to do? Save it, I guess. And Ender's now also got a Battle Mine. Could be useful for taking out another enemy like that orange Bulborb. Speaking of orange Bulb... Hey, what's happening to the stream? Okay. Wait! Right, okay. Issues resolved. Possessed is now engaging the orange Bulborb, and Ender's bringing back a dead one. Seems he used the Bomb Rock to get rid of it, while the stream was cut. Possessed is going for the eyes, which is something you should always do. It's always the best option. In my opinion, at least. Ooh, Ender just needs a red marble. Or the yellow one. And he got the luck of the marbles. Ender 1, Possessed 0. Complete RNG. Looks like they both start with rocks on this layout. It makes sense given the crush plat nearby. Possessed off to a good start with the golden strawberry over there. And Ender finds 3 bomb rocks. This means there are some nearby for Possessed somewhere. Looks like they both busted down crystal walls at a roughly similar time. And he uses one of his bomb rocks to kill the Amp Rat. And sees 3 more bomb rocks and a battle mine just lying there on the ground. That's not something you see every day, just a battle mine casually lying there. Normally you have to use the cherries to get it. Very interesting layout, I have to say. Possessed finally has bomb rocks of his own. And to bring back the Amp Rat, trying to get something to show for his efforts. His Possessed has already got the first item on the bingo card. Possessed uses a bomb rock to take out that Bulborb. Might not be the most efficient use of resources, but as I've said countless times in this and the last tournament, sometimes speed is more important than efficiency. And Ender lucky marbles the Bulborb, so he doesn't have to go and get one. Well, actually, I'm not mistaken. Yeah. No, I'm probably not mistaken. Ender gets Battle Mine from the cherries, and Possessed gets a 10 Pikmin power-up. Could serve to, somewhat equalize the squad sizes. For now, at least. Possessed bringing the Bulborb back, trying to even out the bingo card. Comes across Persimmon. Good thing to bring back. Looks like those Pikmin trying to bring back the straw. Possessed is trying to expertly place the bomb rock in a way so it doesn't kill the Pikmin, but unfortunately it kills 2. Would you look at that? 2 cherries and that red marble. And what's more, there is another fruit inside the crystal. All fairly close to the onion, actually. And what's this? Ender is trying to get away with a steal. Hyper-focusing on the card like that makes you vulnerable to this sort of play. With bomb rocks and a superior squad, Possessed doesn't have a lot he can do. And it looks like the bomb rock kills even more. This is horrible. I can hardly watch. But it looks like Possessed finally won out, and is bringing it back. And he had to use everything he had, and it wasn't enough. That doesn't mean he's not going to try again, though. Ender's Pikmin are even now still harassing Possessed squad. He's going to have to do something about that. That's normally Possessed kind of thing, leaving a few Pikmin to slow down and harass the opponent while he makes his main plays. Seems Ender was doing that unintentionally. Normally what Ender does is he throws his full force and goes head-on for the aggression, as he's doing again right now. Possessed is in no position to respond quickly. With Ender's rocks assailing him at every turn, There's not a lot he can do. As a battle mine detonated from the base causes even further carnage, but only gets 1 kill. That steel is getting away! If Possessed is going to act, it has to be fast and it has to be soon. It has to be with enough effect to turn things around. But it looks like it's too late. Ender 2, Possessed 0. Looks like Ender is trying to send the Reds around the water without drowning. This layout has a blister, so you don't want to get too close without a sizable squad. Looks like we've got wings on this one. And like Ender's immediately going for the steel with the wings, while Possessed doesn't have any wings to retaliate. It looks like it's over already. But Possessed is gonna try. And fail. There's simply not enough time. You just got Drought endered. Ender 3, Possessed 0. Looks like it's a different layout this time, so Ender won't be able to perform the same strat twice. At least not as far as I can see. Looks like there are no wings, so what Ender did before is not going to be possible, at least not in the same way. What blues? Possessed busts down a dirt wall, and Ender is still going for the steal, with only 1 Pikmin this time, but nonetheless. Unlike last time, however, Possessed is now in a better position to react. Bringing it back to Team Kopai. And while he's at it, getting some of the stuff in the middle. The Wollywog wants to intervene. It was once said in Shakespeare's play, all the world's a stage, and everyone on it merely players. Well, the Wollywog now wants to play on the stage. You're thinking, where's my turn, huh? Looks like the Wollywog's turn is over. Although look at that encore. 5 Pikmin dead. Possessed gets a lucky marble from the cherries. If RNG favors him, this could get him a win. Meanwhile, Ender has the enemy annihilator and uses it to take out a bunch of enemies at once, including a whip tongue. Possessed is bringing back a small convoy of items for the bingo card. Okay, no, small is an understatement. Where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? It gets the whip tongue, the hardest enemy to get. Lucky for Possessed. Which one's it gonna be? Ugh, it's not the one he needs. Possessed is so close to winning, and Ender knows it, but all his reds are drowning. Possessed is desperately amassing a squad to put an end to this. But Ender's caught on. He's not going to let Possessed have that orange. If Possessed wants to win, he's going to have to use his superiority on the land. In a desperate maneuver that has now failed, he lost almost all his reds to drowning. Ender now has the upper hand where Possessed previously did. Taking huge gambles like that is something you need a good amount of situational analysis prior before attempting. This has allowed Ender to amass a significant squad advantage, although the cherries are helping with that. Ender only has 2 bingo card items and has been denied 2 items completely. Possessed, on the bingo card, stands to gain much more, but he's throwing everything he has at the bingo card, allowing Ender to attempt another steal. Possessed has to avoid it going into the water where his squad, which is mainly reds, can't reach it. Is it too late? It could be. But Possessed is not giving up. He's hopping off. And he's coming back. But so is Ender. He neutralizes the counter steal. The mass drowning, the fatal gamble, did not pay off. And this is the cost. Ender, 4. Possessed, 0. I haven't really commented on much yet because there hasn't been much to comment on. Looks like standard play from each of our participants so far. As soon as the first bingo card item comes in, that's going to change. Looks like Ender's on the Amp Rat already. Normally, this is not attempted with such a low squad size. But he believes he can do it, and that belief was right. Meanwhile, Possessed tries to be more cautious. He doesn't want to take as much of a risk as he did in the last round, because that risk cost him everything. He's learned to play it safe. Sometimes risk-taking pays off, but other times it really doesn't, and that's something Possessed has learned very well today. They both brought in the shear grubs, and Ender decides to leave the amp rat, focus on bringing in the apple. Or maybe doing something else entirely. Why? The last brings in the amp rat. Like Ender is focusing on taking out the flighty Joust Mite, as it already spears 3 of his reds, and the puffy Blowhog is certainly not helping. They're both going after the flighty boys at just the same time. But what's this? Ender is already just 1 away, and that 1 away just happens to be the Joust Mite. Possessed has to do something to stop this. It's the only way he's going to make it out. He has to intercept. But he just doesn't have enough Pikmin. But what's this? Possessed has used the cherry to reshuffle Ender's bingo card, denying them that fast win. It looks like RNG is finally pulling through for him. And now he's the one that's 1 away. Not only is he 1 away, but the one he needs is now in his hands. It's now Ender who needs to act fast. But unlike Possessed earlier, he has the means to. Until the Rock Storm. But Ender uses his leader to divert the Rock Storm away from the action. However, in doing so, he lost control of his squad, which allowed Possessed to gain the advantage again, winning him this round. Ender 4, Possessed 1. Where we left off, the score was Ender 4, Possessed 1. Jigsaw Coliseum, in my opinion, is always an interesting map to play on. It's one of my favourite maps. Because the maze. I don't know, I just like mazes. Looks like Ender is going straight for the rocks. If that is Ender. Yeah! I forgot to ask who's who. Don't know if it's changed since last time. Hold on. I don't know if either of them got that. They're too busy focusing on the match to see my message. Great, so now I don't know who's who. That's certainly a problem. Can't give much of a commentary if I don't know who's who. Well, it looks like player 2 has the squad size advantage, 41 to 34. Good timing of the lightning storm. Oh wait, no, the Bulb was dead. Player 1 making good progress, bringing back a lot of Bulborbs. Busting into the area where the Bulborbs were killed. Looks like player 1 isn't getting them all. Looks like player 1 had a more advantageous bingo card composition. Ooh, a red marble. Player 2. If player 1 breaks open... What is that? A strawberry. What luck! Player 2 gets a battle mine, as player 1 has a spicy spray and the ball bear approaches. This could be the perfect time. Yes! To teleport player 1, right towards the ball bear. At least it's eating a lot of Pikmin. Despite this, the Pikmin grew back? I guess player 1 had enough of them stored up in the onion. Bringing back the blue marble. Player 2's got some catching up to do. Another teleporter that didn't accomplish anything, again. Player 2 going after a Whip Tongue, failing to go for the eyes, but did manage to get it down. Player 1 just needs the... I forget what the Pikmin 3 name for the fruit is. I like calling things by their Pikmin 3 names if possible. Looks like player 2, with no real options left due to bad luck with the bingo card, is going for a steal. Player 1 is struggling to keep it under control. Player 2 gathering the squad to secure the steal. Player 1 is trying to stop it in its tracks, and failing. Player 1 has found the star fruit needed to win, but is in no situation to do so right now. This is an extremely close map. An extremely close round. Well, it was for a while. It could have been much closer. Wait, what?! Despite the steal almost reaching the end, player 1 still manages to win with the bingo card. And it seems player 1 was possessed, making the score 4-2. But he could make it even further if he manages to make the score 4-3, or even 4-4. Or perhaps possessed could, it is certainly possible, even be the first participant in Sprout House history to win with the last stand rule. And that's with our increase of the required wins by 1 across the board in this tournament. Not everyone has the determination to play a whole 9 rounds and ended up coming out of it the winner. We haven't even had any finals that close. The closest final we ever had was the Onion Cup 2 Grand Final with Ender against Quote, in which Ender won 5-3. Now, that may not sound close, but there has been no final that was closer. As we can see, their squad sizes are both the exact same. Possessed is focusing on flowering, and Ender lucks out with 2 spicy sprays from the eggs.
However, if he wants to get them, he'll have to go around. It could be quite a way around. I'm not entirely sure what the layout of the map is like. Oh no, it's actually not that far. While Possessed has set his sights on that Wit Tongue. Going for the eyes, like I always do. And like anyone who is capable of locking on well should. It looks like Ender is having some flashbacks to the previous round. While Possessed is distracted, seems to be searching for his onion. Actually, no, that doesn't seem to be the case. Ender's taking out the orange ball warp currently, whether that be to bring it back or to eliminate an obstacle on the way to the onion. I think Possessed is being a bit more mindful about that now. Neither of them want a repeat of what happened last time, and each in different ways. Possessed doesn't want Ender to try steal again, because this time he could succeed. And Ender obviously doesn't want Possessed to win again. Ender gets the orange ball warp. Still no bingo card items for either of them. At least now Ender has the assurance that if Possessed tries to steal, he can instantly reverse it. However, I don't think Possessed is going to try and do that, given it didn't go very well for Ender when he tried it. The orange ball orb attacks faster than the Wit Tongue, so it's harder to hit it in the eyes in time. Possessed is finding this out the hard way. He doesn't seem to have enough Pikmin to bring it back. So he's calling in some reinforcements. Ender brings in the second item for the bingo card. Seems to just be... Wait, that's the second Velvety Dream Drop. There probably aren't any more on this map, meaning Possessed can't use them to win. I was right. The only way Possessed is going to be able to fill that Velvety Dream Drop space now is if he Lucky Marbles it. Rock Storm! That should even things out a bit. Oh, it more than evened them out. Actually, no, it didn't. I forgot rocks can't be crushed. Oh, it did, however, eliminate a sizable proportion of Ender's reds. And the cherry power-up is only serving to... Oh, never mind. I'll shut my mouth. Yeah, it might not be wise to charge like that. But now, certainly is a good time. Bringing him back. Possessed knows that if he wants to turn this thing around, he's got to be on his game like no Butthusband ever has. But what's this? Ender now just needs to find that Starfruit, and then it's all over. Meaning it's also in Possessed's best interest to look for the Starfruit and get it first. But who will be the first to find it? It looks like a lot of Possessed Pikmin are being lost, trailing behind. He'll need to go and retrieve them if he wants to have the 10 Pikmin necessary to carry back both halves of the Starfruit. Ender is also on the search. Neither of them have found it yet, though. Who's gonna be first? It's a race against the clock, and it's a race against each other. Ender is hoping he can Lucky Marble it with the cherries. That doesn't seem to be happening. Possessed still hasn't found the Starfruit, but Ender knows that if he uses that teleporter, it might send him straight to it. Possessed finds a lemon, but he wants to keep enough Pikmin on hand to get the starfruit, should he find it. Ender's still getting more Pikmin, but he doesn't need more Pikmin. Giving up on the starfruit, he decides to go for a steal instead. And arrives just in time to harass Possessed. What is Possessed going to do about this? How is he going to come back? Can he come back? No one knows where the steal is. Oh, never mind. He found it. And Ender needs to find it too. If Possessed plays this smart, he can overturn the steal. But he wasn't paying attention! And that's how it got away! If only, in that 1 second, Possessed had been looking and stopping that steal. But no, for a single second, he had to divert his attention. And that was what allowed Ender to win the match.